Once again, welcome to Cognitive Psychology, Psych 415. Whenever you enter the course, you will land on the announcements page. However, if you're somewhere else in the course and you need to get back to this page, you can just click here. On this page, you will always find announcements for the class. Newer ones will always appear on top. Next, you will want to go to Start here. At the top of this page, you will see another welcome message from me and some important information about the course. As you scroll down, you'll see a Blackboard Student Orientation module. Whether you're new to Blackboard or new to online courses, you'll want to take a look in this module to learn how to use Blackboard. Next, make sure you take a look at the technical requirements because there's a lot of important information in there about the operating system requirements, the browser requirements, and how to make sure your computer has been updated with Java and Flash. You will also find information about Respondus Lockdown Browser, which you'll have to download and install in order to take your exams. Next, you'll see some accessibility resources, which you should review if you require any accommodations. Next, you will see a folder with information about how to succeed in an online class. There are many helpful tips and hints that you'll find in this folder. Next, you should go ahead and complete your orientation assignments. There are 3 of them. However, before you start, you will want to read this because it tells you, again, how to download Respondus Lockdown Browser, and it gives you important instructions for taking your exams. After you download and install the software, you can go ahead and click here to complete your orientation discussion and orientation submission assignment, but please make sure you read the instructions carefully. Finally, you will want to make sure that you're at a computer that has a webcam, either built-in or external. And you'll want to close your web browser and anything else you might have open. Then, go ahead and open Respondus Lockdown Browser on your computer so you can take the orientation assessment. If for some reason you can't get Respondus Lockdown Browser to work, or you don't have access to a computer with a webcam, you will need to take a proctored exam on campus. Just contact me for additional information. Once you've finished your orientation assignments, you can go ahead and go to the next area, about this course. In this area, you will find a link to the syllabus, which can be downloaded, the course schedule, which you can also download as well, and just click to view, my contact information, which you can also get to via this shortcut in the menu, the information about the textbook, getting set up on the Cengage website so you can complete your lab assignments, another link to Respondus, information about how to set up a VoiceThread account, which you'll need to do for your presentation assignment, instructions for meeting with me through Blackboard Collaborate in case we need to meet virtually, and a folder with other course information. If you open this folder, you will find out some additional and very important information about the course, some grading information as well as information about how long it normally takes me to get back to you if you email me, more information about how you can get in touch with me, a link to the Ask Dr. K and Other Students discussion forum, the netiquette policy for the course, which you should read through carefully, and the rubric for the course discussions. In this course, your discussions will be graded on the number of posts you make, how spread out they are, the quality of your initial post, the quality of your replies, and how well you extend the conversation, and netiquette and grammar. Then, you'll see more policies for the course and a sample module folder. Now that you've been bombarded with a ton of information about the course and its policies, you need to know where to go to get started on learning the course content. If you click on Course Module/Materials, you will find a little note from me highlighted in blue. I've been able to build into this course the ability to show/hide text, much like you see here. If you click on it, you will show or hide the text. I built this into the course so that you wouldn't always have to scroll a lot to find things further down in the different areas. This will be helpful if you're doing stuff on a tablet or other mobile device. That being said, even though the information is hidden, it's still important. So don't just think you can ignore it. Next, you will find a folder that will take you to information about your paper and presentation assignments in the course. You will also find a link to that area in this menu over here. In this folder, you will find information about your paper assignment, your presentation assignment, along with several documents that have been prepared to help you with both of these assignments. At the bottom of the area, you will find a folder that has all the drop boxes you'll need to submit your topic, your rough draft, and your final paper, as well as a link to the discussion forum where you'll be able to submit your presentation. If you go back to Modules/Course Materials, you'll see your module folders. Please note the link to show hide text for each folder If you show the text, you'll find some reminders about what is due for that module and when everything is due. If you go into a module folder, you'll again find my note about the show/hide text feature. Then you'll see an introduction to the module objectives, an area that I like to call in a nutshell, which you can expand to see what you have to complete and when everything is due. Then you will see one folder for each chapter in that module. Then some suggested links to sites that I highly recommend you visit to supplement your knowledge of the module content, the possible essay questions that you could see on the exam for that module, and the module exam. Now, if you open up a chapter folder, you will always see the same things in the same order. 2 versions of the outline for the chapter, a PDF and an MS Word version in case you want to type your notes onto it, the chapter lecture, a link to the textbook's companion site where you'll find practice quizzes, flashcards, sample essay questions, a glossary of terms, and a crossword puzzle, all of which will help prepare you for the module exams. Then there is a link to that chapter's discussion and a link to the Cengage Brain website where you'll complete your labs. So what are some of the other links in this menu? Well, we've got a direct link to the information about the paper and presentation, which you can also access from modules/course materials. Then this link is for assignments. Let's say you've done everything for chapter 1, like download the outlines, watch the lecture, visit the companion site, but you decide to take a break, sign out a Blackboard, then you come back later to work on your discussion or lab. When you sign back on, rather than going to course modules materials, then module 1, then chapter 1, you could just click on assignments, where you'll find links to all of your graded assignments in chronological order. I don't suggest that you bypass using the content in course modules materials because that's the content that will help you succeed in the class. I'm only suggesting that you visit assignments as a quick and easy way to do an assignment after you review the content. This link for discussions works the same as the link for assignments. It's just a quick and easy way to get to the discussions. This is a link to get to your grades, and this link will take you to an area where you can see what badges or achievements you've earned in the class. More on that in a second. Down here, you have a link that allows you to send an email to me, the instructor. However, as an FYI, by default, when this email gets sent, it uses your Bowie State University email to send it. This means that when I respond to you, that reply will go to your Bowie State email. That poses a problem if you don't check that email. Therefore, I would highly recommend setting up your Bowie State email to automatically forward to a private email address. If you need instructions on how to set that up, you can click on BSU Student Email. If you need assistance getting your Bowie State email set up, you will need to contact the DIT Help Desk. Now, there's just one more thing. However, I can't really show it to you. Have you ever heard of achievements or badges in online gaming that people earn as they complete tasks or quests? Well, in Blackboard, students can earn badges or achievements. Then on DVDs, you may have heard of things called Easter eggs, or hidden objects in the menu that if they're clicked on, you'll be taken to special hidden areas. You don't necessarily know where these Easter eggs are located in the DVD menus. You usually just find them by chance. In this class, there are hidden objects and tasks that if you complete, will earn you badges and achievements. I can tell you that there are 9 badges you can earn in this class. Some require you to review things, while others may require you to complete things. Others may require you to earn certain grades on things. Different badges earn you different amounts of credit at the end of class. Good luck finding them and happy hunting. So now that you know everything there is to know about the course, go ahead and start exploring it. Good luck, and always remember that I'm here to help you as you embark upon this journey.